Rick Weaver along with Fred Woodson and Henry Barrow back at Texas Stadium. So we are ready to go on this final preseason game of this 1973 campaign. The Dolphins will play the Cowboys again here during the regular season on Thanksgiving afternoon. Here is the kickoff. It is high by Fritz and deep back in the end zone. Morris is about 5 yards deep and wisely downs it for a touchback. And the Dolphins will start moving from our right to our left from their 20-yard line. Setting the offense for you, Bob Greasy will be the quarterback. Jim Chick and Larry Zonka, the running backs. Marlon Briscoe and David Bo Rather will be the wide receivers, and Marv Fleming the tight end. The Dolphins break out of the huddle. First down Miami from their 20-yard line. They set a slot formation to the near side. Rather is the wide man, and Briscoe is the slot man left. Chick and Zonka in behind Greasy, waiting for the snap from center. Bob a long count. Here's the handoff. Kick to the right, cuts back to his left, finds a small opening that closes in a hurry. As he slammed to the ground at the 22, fumbles the ball. Let's see if the officials have blown it dead. The Dallas players are hollering that they recovered. Charlie Waters, the left quarterback, coming up, makes the stop, and there it is. Cliff Harris, the free safety, is the man who came up with the football. And Chick fumbles. He was searched. The ball jarred loose, and Dallas gets the first break early in the ball game with a recovered fumble at the Miami 21-yard line. Now setting the Dolphins defensively for you, Denherter, Fernandez, Hines, and Stanfield, the front four, Swift, Bonacani, and Coleman, the linebackers. Foley and Johnson, the quarterback. Scott and Anderson will be the safeties. Roger Staubach is the quarterback. Calvin Hill and Robert Newhouse are the running back. Otto Stowe, the former Dolphin, along with Bob Hayes, are the wide receivers. First down for the Cowboys as the backs set in an eye. Now they split off. Ball at the Dolphins' 21-yard line. Here's Staubach. The handoff to big Calvin Hill. Starts to the right. Starts to the left. Out of the 15. The 10. The 5. Touchdown. It took him only one play as Hill took the handoff from Staubach. Started outside to the right. Cut back in. Denherter had a shot at him and missed him. Otto Stowe threw a dandy block out in front. And he just went in, bouncing off tacklers. Jake Scott was the last man to see him before he got into the end zone. And it took him one play after the recovered fumble, and the Cowboys lead 6-0. Greg Morton, number 14, is in the hole, and Fritz will try the point for placement. Here's the snap. Set down. The kick is no good. It's blocked. I'm pretty sure it was Nick Bonacani who got through on that right from the middle. Nick blocked that kick. All right, it's a 6-0 ball game. 14 minutes, 33 seconds left to go. And this first quarter, Dolphins football action continues from Texas Stadium with the score, Dallas 6, Miami nothing. Rick Weaver back at Texas Stadium. That punt 38 yards, a 3-yard return. Bob Hayes and Otto Stowe, the wide receivers. Hayes 22, Stowe 82. Gene Fugit from Amherst, number 84, the tight end. Staubach, number 12, is the quarterback. And Robert Newhouse, 44, and Calvin Hill, 35, are the running backs. All right, the ball at the 30-yard line in Dallas territory. First down. Here's a fumble at the line of scrimmage. A bad snap from center. A pile up, and the Dolphins have the football. The Dolphins have it. Bob Hines. Manny Fernandez. Bob Hines is the last man to get up. Manny Fernandez is the man who jarred the ball loose, and John Fitzgerald was the center. He is a 3-year man from Boston College. I mentioned earlier that the center snap for this ball game might be a significant factor. All right, the Dolphins now get a break in the ball game, just as the Cowboys did earlier with a first down at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. Briscoe and Rather are split to the near side. Kick and Zonka, the I-backs, in behind Greasy. Briscoe starts in motion to the far side of the field. Here's the snap, the handoff. Zonka, first carry, big hole, right side, inside the 25. Still going, down to the 20, inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Rambles Larry Zonka. 13 yards for the Zonk and a first down for Miami at the Cowboys' 19. The Dolphins on a drive with a second down and 7 from the Dallas 16. 8 minutes, 55 seconds to go in period number 1 here at Texas Stadium. The score is 6-0. The Cowboys out in front. On the snap, Bob fakes the handoff, drops back to throw, has plenty of time. Now he fires down in the corner for Briscoe. It is overthrown. A flag is down in the end zone. The man covering was Charlie Waters, the left cornerback. And Waters was using his chest to knock Briscoe out of bounds. And that is pass interference in the end zone and gives Miami an automatic first down at the Dallas 1-yard line. Dolphins first down at the Dallas 1-yard line. Waiting for the snap from center is Bob Greasy. In motion to the near side. Off the tight formation comes Briscoe. Here's the handoff to Kick over the right side. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jim Kick into the end zone. 8:28 to go in the first quarter. The Dolphins didn't take long to get in. That drive, 31 yards in 4 plays. Dolphin football action continues from Texas Stadium with a score. The Dolphins 7, the Cowboys 6. A kick of some 33 yards, not for distance, but for coverage that time. And the Dolphins come out of that one with excellent field position with a first down at their 47. Dolphins ball at their 49 with a second down and 8. Rather splits near side, Briscoe to the far side. Greasy drops back to throw. He has time now. The protection breaks down. He breaks out of the pocket, firing deep downfield. Morris at the 15. He's out of bounds up the 13-yard line. Mercury Morris really beat the daylights out of that pass defense. And he was running backwards as the rush was on. The protection had broken down for Greasy as he was back there a little bit too long. He just stepped up in the pocket and fired deep. And Morris was backing up, running backwards down the field. He didn't know, I don't think he knew exactly where he was. If he had seen, he possibly could have stayed in bounds. Anyway, the Dolphins pick up a first down at the 13-yard line. There's the gun sounding the end of the first quarter. Dolphin action continues from Texas Stadium with the score. The Dolphins 7, the Cowboys 6. We get ready to go in the second quarter. Miami has a second down and 7 at the Dallas 10-yard line. They're now moving toward the west end zone down to our right. We notice an awful lot of empty seats in the upper deck down here at the eastern end. Dolphins ready to go to work with Kick and Zonka, the split backs. Then behind Greasy, the receivers are split. Briscoe near side, Rather to the far side. At the 10, here's Zonka, hole over the left side. He pulls down inside the 5. I think they're going to mark it at the 5. Be a gain of 5, and that'll be 2 yards shy of what they need for a first down, bringing up a third down. On the count, Bob drops the throw. Bing Pursuit behind, fires the corner. Briscoe's got a touchdown. A fine catch by Marlon Briscoe as he went for the flag. That drive, 53 yards, 6 plays. Dolphin football action continues from Texas Stadium with 14:08 left to go in the half. The score, the Dolphins 14, Dallas 6. Drew Pearson, number 88. Larry Robinson, number 45. Both rookies back. Robinson grabs the ball in the end zone, starts out after fumbling it, picks it up 5, 10 out to the 15, and he is smothered at the 15-yard line. The ball at the 15-yard line. Staubach, the quarterback, as the Cowboys moving from our right to our left. Here is Staubach, play faking, dropping the throw, is caught, and it's finally dumped by Bob Hines. Second down and 15, Dallas from their 10-yard line. Bob Hayes in motion to the right side. Here's the handoff. Garrison busts into the middle, a big hole, but after he gets through the hole, he is dropped after only a 2-yard gain. The ball is out at the 12-yard line. Gain of some 2 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 13, and so the Dolphins have the prevent defense in there, expecting a pass on third and long yardage. Back to throw, Staubach flips as he sets up, fires over the middle. It is intercepted by the Dolphins. 25-20, Jake Scott, 15 to the 10, 5. He is knocked down at the 3-yard line and out of bounds by Ralph Neely, the offensive tackle. Scott picked that one off. Jake Scott, the Dolphins all-pro safety and the most valuable player in last year's Super Bowl game, comes up with the interception. 12 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the half, and the Dolphins have a first and goal at the Cowboys' 3-yard line. Greasy on the snap, hands the kick. He goes inside over the right side, and it doesn't look from here as if he made it. Bob Lilly was the first man to make contact down there on the goal line. The ball is at the 1-yard line, second down and goal. Kick and Zonka are the split backs in behind Greasy. Dolphins leading 14-6, knocking on the door again. Greasy hands to Zonk over the right side. He's got a touchdown. Larry Zonka with a big hole, and he just ran over people, getting into the end zone. The Dolphins rack up another one. And this ball club looks in mid-season form, Henry.
Jim Mandich and Norm Evans open up a hole that Zonka could have driven one of his trucks through.
That last drive, just 3 yards and 2 plays. With 11:49 left to go in this first half, Dolphin football action continues from Texas Stadium. Dolphins 21, Cowboys 6. The ball at the Cowboys 22 with Staubach. Drops back to throw. On third down and 8, and now it's going to break down the pass protection. He's going to have to eat the ball as Manny Fernandez is all over him, nails him for another sack. The Dolphins back at the Cowboys' 15-yard line, and Marv Bateman has to come in. Bateman, who has not kicked the ball out of sight, is the punter, and he'll stand 2 yards deep in the end zone. Now remember the bad snaps here. Here's a high one. He gets a pretty good rush, gets the kick out of there, wobbly, short punt. Bounces out of bounds at about the 37, 38-yard line in Dallas territory on the far side of the field. Only 23 yards on the punt. Larry Ball came moving through there on the coverage team and forced Bateman They get off a poor kick, but that snap was bad, and the Cowboys are in trouble. The Dolphins have excellent field position at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. This does not look like the same Dallas Cowboys team, Henry, that beat us so soundly in Super Bowl VI.
It sure doesn't, Rick. I thought it might on that first play, but now that the Dolphin defense has settled down so tremendously and the offense looks like it's cranked up to midseason form, I think Dallas is in for a rough night.
The ball is at the half-yard line. The Dolphins with a 4th down and a half yard to go for a touchdown. And they're going to go for it with 6:44 to go. They have to with a 21-6 lead. Jim Kick and Larry Zonka are the split back. 4th down, a half yard. Waiting for the snap is Greasy. Here's the handoff. Kick tries to hurdle over, and did he make it or not? No official signal from the officials. Norm Evans, the right tackle, was hollering touchdown. He didn't make it. Leroy Jordan. Along with Pat Toomey, and they stopped him short. Norm Evans was hollering touchdown, and I believe Norm, Henry, because Norm is on it.
Yes,
I'm not saying the officials aren't, but
Bob Greasy is having a discussion. One of the officials signaled touchdown, and Greasy wants that official to tell the referee what he said.
they had 4 shots at it down there from the 2-yard line and couldn't get it in. Regardless of what was called or not called, the Cowboys have the ball, and they have it out at their 4-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ready to go to work is Staubach. He drops back in the end zone to throw the ball, dropping deep, swings the screen out, caught by Garrison at the 5. He is hit at the 7-yard line and contained right there. So the ball is back at the 3-yard line and mark it at the 3, and Bateman will not have too much room to punt in. So the Dolphins will probably put on a good rush. Here's the snap out of the end zone, and that is going to be safety. The Dolphins pick up 2 points as the snap was way over the head of Bateman that time, and out of the end zone, the Dolphins pick up 2 points on a safety.
Wilt Chamberlain couldn't have caught that one.
The center is Jim Arneson, a rookie from Arizona, and they have really had problems on the center snap. Dave Manders retired, and he was the starting center on the Super Bowl team and a longtime veteran. So the Dolphins pick up 2 points and now lead 23-6 with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the first half. So the Dolphins with a 23-6 lead have not looked exactly outstanding on offense in the last couple of series. The Dolphins with a 3rd and 12 situation at the Cowboys 16-yard line lead 23-6. Briscoe in motion to the far side. Greasy deep drop. Fires across the middle and is intercepted by D.D. Lewis. He's up across the 15 to the 20-yard line. Weak side linebacker number 50, D.D. Lewis from Mississippi State. Kicks off a Bob Greasy pass. And Lewis runs it out to about the 20-yard line. Staubach dropping back to throw. Now he's going to have to run out of it. Being chased by Fernandez. 25 to the 30, 35, and he is dropped across the 35 out to about the 38-yard line. 19 yards, Staubach first down, Dallas Smith 39. He drops to throw again. He's being rushed. Stansfield has got him. He gets away from him. Now breaks out to the left. Fires. It is dropped by Thomas. A low pass. It wasn't his fault. Staubach threw it into the ground. The incompletion stops the clock with 1:16 left to go in the half. 2nd down and 10. Cowboys from their 39. Miami very much in command with a 23-6 lead. So and Hayes are both split to the near side of the field. Back to throw. Goes Staubach. He is going to the far side. It is caught in Dolphins territory, 45-40 to Fugit. The tight end is knocked down at the 37. Gene Fugit. First down, Cowboys at the Miami 37-yard line. Receivers are split to the near side. Staubach back, being rushed. He dumps one off, screen to Garrison at the 40, far side. Cuts back, 35-30. Runs over tacklers, and he gets down to about the 25-yard line. John Nyland at left guard, the 8-year veteran from Iowa, threw a dandy block. 56 seconds to go in the first half. Staubach trying to get into the end zone. First down, the Dolphins 26. Great run after the pass catch by Garrison that time. Back to throw Staubach. Stanfield is in on him. He's throwing deep down in the corner. No, big play for the catch. For a touchdown. Oh, Toledo, what a grab. Otto Stowe, the former Dolphin. That drive, 80 yards and 5 plays, and Staubach took him down in a hurry. And it's now a 23-13 ball game with 49 seconds left to go in the half. Well, the time runs out. That's the end of the first half. Dolphins lead by a score of 23-13. Carroll has her teed up, and we are ready to go. Here is the whistle. The kick is high, and it's deep. About 3 yards deep in the end zone. Here's Pearson out to the 5, the 10 to the far side of the 15, the 20s, the open 25, 30, Carroll misses him at the 40, 45, 50, and he's run out of bounds in Dolphins territory at the 42. And again, a breakdown on Dolphins special teams that has occurred numerous times in this preseason. Tim Foley is the guy who finally ran him out. A 61-yard kickoff return for young Drew Pearson. Calvin Hill and Robert Newhouse will be the running backs. Craig Morton is the quarterback. And it's 3rd down and 10 from the Dolphins 42. Dolphins left end, Vern Denherter jumped but got back. Here's Morton dropping back to throw. Rips one in the middle. Newhouse at the 35. He is horse collar, bounces off tackler. 30 still going. The 25 down to the 22-yard line. Mike Tolan finally brought him down. 20 yards on the pass completion, and it was all attributable to the great effort by little Robert Newhouse. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. And about 5.5 for a first down. 6 yards to go for a score. They can get a first down in this sequence. From the Dolphins 6, here's the handoff. Going to Thomas over the left side. He gets to about the 2, and they did not make enough yardage for the first down. Fritz will try it from the 10-yard line. Snap, set down, the kick is up, and the snap is good and the kick is good. Just a 7-point separation now is Tony Fritz. He just kicked a 9-yard field goal, culminating a 42-yard drive in 8 plays. So it's a 23-16 ball game, 8:29 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Dolphin football action continues from Texas Stadium with the score: the Dolphins 23, the Cowboys 16. Darrell Morrow getting some much-needed work at the quarterback spot. The Dolphins now with the ball at their 35-yard line must get it out to the 39 for a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 4. We're in the 3rd quarter, 7 minutes, 11 seconds to play. Bo Rather splits far side, Briscoe to the near side. Earl drops to throw his first pass. He has to eat it as the rush really buried him. Pat Kume, the defensive right end, horse-collared him back at the Dolphins' 28-yard line. So that'll bring in the punting unit, as Earl really had to eat it that time. They came with a rush, and the Cowboys defense has kind of taken over this ball game here in the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins haven't been able to do too much offensively, nor have they had the ball that much. Time is out. As at the end of the 3rd period, Dolphin football action will continue from Texas Stadium with the score: Miami 23, Dallas 16. The Dolphins led at one time by 10 points, 23-6. But they have not even been able to move the football, could not get a first down in the 3rd quarter. Cowboys offense has sputtered and died. They can only get a field goal. 7:40 to play. We've got to get some offense started here. Briscoe splits far side, Rather to the near side. Charlie Lee and Mercury Morris are the split-backs, and behind Earl from the 20-yard line. He drops the throw, swings it out. It is caught by Charlie. He's up to the 25, up the near sidelines, and steps out of bounds at about the 27. Pick up some 7 yards on the pass completion. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Morrill drops the throw, 2nd and 3. He sets up, fires in the middle, way overthrown, and again, nobody was anywhere near the ball. So that'll bring up a 3rd down. And some 3 yards to go for a first down. Rather is out, and Mandich comes in. As the Dolphins now have the 2 tight ends in there for the power blocking up front to keep this football. Both these clubs want to win in this game. They want the momentum from the win going into the preseason. Handoff, going to Hubert, starts outside, fumbles the ball. It is picked up at the 10, down to the 5-yard line. Hugh is the man who stripped the ball away from Hubert Ginn, and Leroy Jordan is the man who picked it up and almost ran it in on the fumble. Larry Little saved the touchdown, and the Cowboys have the football at the Dolphins' 7-yard line. An unfortunate break. The Dolphins needing a first down on that play to keep the football. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. All right, Hayes splits left, and to the near side is Otto Stowe. Stowe out of the huddle, splits to the far side. He has been a big weapon for this Dallas team. Calvin Hill is at one running back. Here is Morton dropping the throw, looking in the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown by Otto Stowe. And that was Otto's 2nd as he went right for the corner. And Tim Foley this time was the man who was beaten on the play, and the 61,000 fans stand up in unison, cheering their Cowboy heroes. Otto Stowe scores his second TD against his former teammate. That drives 7 yards, 2 plays. 6:40 to play. Dolphin football action will continue in a minute. The score: Cowboys 23, the Dolphins 23. Now we've got to get some offense going. Ginn and Lee are the running backs behind Earl Morrow. Earl hasn't been able to generate any offense in this second half. Morrow, thus far in the ball game, has hit 2 for 6 for 11 yards. Here's a big play. Earl, another third down conversion. Dolphins from their 16, 3rd and 12. They have to get the ball out just across their 29. Keep this drive alive. Earl swings it out to the far side. Hubert Ginn, 15, the 20, and he's knocked off his feet right at the 20-yard line by Jethro Pugh. So the Cowboy defense fired up. Stopped the Dolphins again. That pass completion, good for just 4 yards, and Seipel will have to punt. This is reminiscent of last week's game, and Fran Tarkenton had that great fourth quarter. Craig Morton, who is 12 for 16 and 75 yards in the second half, is the quarterback. There's a minute and 8 seconds showing on the board. Now, you all remember what happened last week when Marlon Briscoe fumbled that pass reception, and Jeff Seaman, the Vikings middle linebacker, picked it up and ran back into good field position with it. Then Cox, on the last play of the game, kicked a field goal. And we are coming down to a similar situation. Whether it develops that way, only time can tell. Now they're knocking on the door at the 30-yard line for the first down and 10. On the snap, here's a handoff to Hill. Sweep to the left, cuts back to his right to the 25. Out of the 20, inside the 20, and he's smothered at the 17-yard line. Big shot. Dick Anderson all back there, but not before Hill picked up a first down. The ball is put down at the 17-yard line, 13 yards for Calvin Hill. Clock moving with 37 seconds. So, near side. First down at the Dolphins 17. Here is Morton, hands off. Hill into the middle again. Tries to hurdle over the Dolphin defense and is dropped right at the 15. A 2-yard gain. Mike Coleman on the stop. Ball right out in front of the West End goal post. And finally, they call a timeout to stop the clock with 6 seconds. Well, this would be ironic if the Dolphins lose again on the last-second field goal, and here they come. Tony Fritz, the right-footed Austrian soccer-style kicker, 22-yard attempt by Fritz. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down, the kick is up, he has the distance, it's good. 3 seconds show on the clock remaining to be played, and the Dolphins trail for the first time since early in the ball game, 26-23. But the Dolphins' offense in this second half has left much to be desired. Third down conversion for the ball game, only 1 out of 12. They picked up a total of 10 first downs in the first half, and they don't even have a first down in the second half. So that's how inept the Miami offense has been in this second half. And that's the end of the ball game. The Cowboys win it. The Dolphins are snake-bit. For the second week in a row, they lose on a last-second field goal. The final score, Dallas 26, the Dolphins 23. We'll be back for the final wrap-up after these announcements. Rick Weaver back at Texas Stadium. What a beautiful place this is. The weather held off. The field was slippery. The Dolphins could muster no offense in the second half and wind up losing for the second week in a row on a last-second field goal, 26-23. Before he heads for the locker room, let's call in Henry Barrow for our last comment.
Rick, about the only thing I can say is pitiful offense in the second half. Again, bad play by the special teams, something we've been plagued with all preseason. But what really got to me was this was not the same machine that made no mistakes and forced the opponent to make mistakes last season. Some possibly costly injuries. Maldy Moore, Nick Buoniconti, Jesse Powell and Dick Anderson were hurt but came back. Not the kind of game you'd like to have as your last preseason game to get things going before you go back into the regular season.